All right, so the meeting is now being recorded and live streams to YouTube. And the only other thing that I will say for the public meeting aspect of this is that one of the ways the public could access this meeting, in addition to watching the live stream, and sending in an email to, oh, sorry.
Oh no.
This might take a
We're
minute.
frozen.
All right. You still hear me all?
Yeah, I still hear you fine.
Okay, so we're not able to answer the phone. Normally this meeting would be up in Village Hall, but none of us are traveling there tonight due to the storm. So we apologize to the public who may have wanted to call in during this meeting. We encourage you to use email, and that is pzsec@tivoliny.org. And here comes another ZBA member.
Oh,
And with that, I will mute myself and disappear and hand it over to Chairman Jonathan.
Great, thanks, Joel. Welcome, Ethan.
Hey, everybody.
We heard that you're in Japan.
Yes, hence
Is that
the
true?
bright window behind me.
Yeah, it looks very daylightish over there. Okay. Well, I guess we'll get started if Bob joins us. In the meantime, great. But let's get started. So it's 7:05. Start the meeting, and we've got just a couple pieces of business. One, approving the minutes from last time, and then also an update on the application for 80 Montgomery Street, of which we have a hearing currently open on that. So why don't we hit that first? We can talk about the minutes second before we adjourn. So just to kind of bring up, can everybody hear me okay?
mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Just to bring everybody up to speed, I think last time we mentioned that we were getting some clarification on the status of the property from the village attorney. And since that last meeting, we were in further contact with them, and they gave us an estimate that would need to be put into escrow by the applicant, and that's been done. The village received a check just today, so we haven't really been able to move that process forward with the attorney. We're hoping to have a memo clarifying the situation from them, and I think that, you know, hopefully that's the last piece that we'll need to just kind of clear up the whole situation for us, so that we can move ahead with a decision. Any questions on that end of things?
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, please.
The demolition permit for 80 Montgomery stated that it was a demolition of the wood upper floors of the building. It very clearly indicated that the foundation, which was a new foundation or relatively new foundation, was going to remain in place. So that's a legal distinction that I was aware of at the time, and I made very clear on the drawings and on the permit application that that is all that was being removed, not the entire house. The fact that the tax authorities treated it that way, that's not something that I specified the language of, that it's vacant land. It does not, maybe it reflects that there's no occupancy, but it doesn't, certainly as far as the village is concerned, the village recognizes that there is a foundation in place that's sticks out of the ground substantially.
Mhm.
Jonathan,
Yeah,
can you, I missed the first meeting, so I'm not really up to date on what this issue is. So,
okay. Yeah, the first meeting, we only really touched on it briefly in the first meeting, just the status of the lot. And there's some question, just because the building, except for the foundation pieces, was demolished. And
Right.
it's also listed on the county parcel access as a vacant lot. So the question that we had was, how do we approach this? Is this a new building on a vacant lot? Is it a renovation of an existing structure? And how does that affect the existing or previously existing non-conforming parts of the building? And also, how does it affect the previous variance that was put into place? So it's a bit of a knot. And
so it's a lawyer issue. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's safely kind of, out of our comfort range
Yeah.
on the legal stuff, for sure.
Yeah. No. Okay. I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And Alex, reading over the minutes, I actually did have a question about that demo permit, and because you mentioned that part of the foundation is ultimately going to be demolished and replaced. That's your plan, correct?
The original foundation from 1900, which was a rubble foundation, is already substantially gone, just to make it safe, and will be completely replaced because that's what was one of the problems of the house, is that foundation was really not very good.
yeah.
But the whole rear part of the house is the new foundation put in 2004, which is fine. It has all the drainage and lines and so on. It's a totally concrete. It's a deep crawl space.
Okay. And excuse me, at the time that you applied for that demolition permit, what was the reason for not demolishing the older foundation, which is going to be demolished anyway?
Well, we substantially, we just sort of tipped it into the ground to fill the hole in. So it's not really a foundation. It's pretty much buried under the mound. So when we put the new foundation in, we'll have to excavate whatever remains of the old foundation out of the way to put in a new foundation for the front part of the house.
Yeah, and of course you have the pre-existing footprint. So, I mean, legally speaking, yeah.
Okay. So that's the status on that end of things. So we're a bit hung up there until next meeting. And I was thinking that we would just leave this hearing open until that next meeting. And I mean, it seems like, realistically, we should be able to wrap up this memo from the lawyer and have some time to think about that, so we can do something in a month. In the meantime, was everybody able to get out there and see the staked
I did.
footprint? Okay. Any questions or clarifications needed on that? No, it was clear, Karen?
Yeah,
Made
it was
sense to me.
It was well marked out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent a little diagram too, to explaining what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for that. All right. are there any other general questions about the property status of the lot, or kind of the status of our hearing currently?
No.
Or again?
I'll just comment that there's been no email
Okay.
for comment.
Okay, thanks.
I'm checking every now and then because this is supposed to be broadcast and somebody could potentially comment.
Sure. Okay, thanks. All right. Yeah, I don't know that there's really any more to say other than that we will continue the hearing until the next meeting, which would be, let's see. Does anybody have a date on that faster than me?
I think it's the first again because there are
It
28
is.
days.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, that's right. No leap year.
So
Okay, so March 1st.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Anybody gonna be missing that they know of right off the bat? I'll be here.
I'll be here.
Karen will be
I'll probably be here.
Okay. Great. Ethan
I
will be
should-
somewhere.
I should be able to make it.
Okay.
Good.
Great. All right. Well, that, Alex, unless you have any other questions at the moment. Yeah, Karen.
Jonathan, Bob's on mute. I don't know if he's contributing anything.
Oh, I don't see
I
him on
don't-
here.
I see him on my,
Okay.
okay, I don't know if he had any questions or not.
It's funny. I don't see him anywhere out here. Bob, if you're out there and want to unmute with any questions, please do so now. Or we'll move on.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Alex, unless you have any other questions.
No, I'm good.
Okay,
So
we'll just move on
see
then.
everybody on March 1st. And if there are any legal comments from the lawyer, please forward them to me.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, thanks for getting that check to us.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Have a good time in the snow. Bye-bye.
You too. Okay, so the minutes.
Jonathan, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. Do you want to, you didn't officially open the
Oh.
public hearing again. Do you want to officially continue it? I'll just.
Well, I don't have the minutes.
I emailed them.
Yeah, hold on one second, Mark.
I couldn't
So
find them.
Okay.
do we have to vote to continue it, or is it just, it doesn't just stay open?
I think it's an action.
Okay.
So
Well, why don't we just do
I
it
think it's
just to
better
cover
safe
ourselves?
than sorry. I'll
Yeah,
just say that
absolutely.
I'll do the same motion in the beginning to open it, and you just tell me who wants to make the motion and who wants to second and
Okay.
to continue
Unless-
it.
Do I have a motion to open the hearing?
I'll motion.
And
Either one.
second, Ethan seconds, Karen
In seconds.
moves. And do I have a motion to continue the public hearing until our March
Well,
1st?
I'll just do the same if
Yeah,
that's okay.
that's fine.
Okay, great.
Uh,
All right, so minutes. So Mark needs the minutes.
Can you get
can
them
find
now?
them?
Do you have email, Mark?
yeah, I do. I've got my phone with me. I looked for them, but I couldn't find them.
They're
Well,
attached.
Mark, did you get the note with the update that Laura Gale sent
Well, it
yesterday?
might be buried in like a layer or something. I'm checking right now.
It's attached to that note, because I know you responded to that note, I think. So
Right.
you should.
Yeah.
have it.
Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's yesterday's email.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going for it.
So if anybody else hasn't gone through them, just take a quick look
So
while we're here.
ZBI, it's yesterday's. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I see it. I see it now. I'm sorry. I'm a boob.
All right. Yeah, just take a peek.
Yeah.
Ethan, you look like you already looked through them.
Yes, I did. I did look through them, so I'm caught up a little bit on the. I don't fully understand the the kind of intersecting legal issues that seem to be presenting here, but more or less I understand.
Great. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot clearer next time, or in maybe a week or two. So where in Japan are you? I'm very curious.
We are about an hour and 15 minutes outside Tokyo, so sort of southwest along the coast, closer to Yokohama, but it's all kind of a big continuous sprawl. But it's nice for kind of Yuko's parents live close to the beach, so it's a pretty mild climate here. A little bit wintry, but definitely warmer. And no, you guys are in the middle of another 18-incher, so we don't have that.
No
but we'll
complaints
be
here.
back. We'll be back soon.
Wait till it warms up a little.
Traveling.
Yeah, I think I'm coming up against my the limit of how long I can be here on my visa, so that will determine when we come back.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
These minutes are entirely from the meeting I was not at.
You're listed as being present.
Yeah. You were
Well,
there
I
last
said
time.
I was going to be present, but I wasn't.
Is that my error? Should you not be listed there?
I don't. But this was the last meeting or the one before?
Yeah.
This was January 4th.
The only one that we had with Alex.
Oh,
you were there,
okay.
Mark.
Oh, okay.
You were there.
Okay.
We're
No, I am
there.
there. Yes.
We
Yes.
had
Okay.
we had
I'm
one.
sorry. I'm just confused.
We did have a Zoom with Alex before that, but
Yeah.
I think the January. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right.
Zoom meeting.
Okay.
Can Bob comment?
It's funny. I still don't have him.
I can
anywhere.
try calling him, but
I don't know why he's on mute.
I don't either. And I don't, since it's audio only, I have no way of knowing if he can hear.
Well, we
Okay.
still have a quorum, so it's okay. I don't have any problems with the minutes, Jonathan. Laura,
Excuse me, this is Joel. From inside the Zoom call, I think I may have just unmuted Bob. So Bob, if you care to talk,
You did.
now could be a time.
Thank you, Joel.
Bob, you there? Oh well. I didn't have any issues with the minutes either.
Okay.
I'm good with them now. I remember.
Okay. They really weren't that divergent from the meeting.
You're good.
Well,
10 minutes.
Well, I'm still getting used to this stuff.
Okay, so motion to approve.
I'll move that we approve the minutes.
Thanks, Karen. Second?
I'll second.
Mark seconds.
Yep.
Okay, minutes approved.
Gotta take a vote.
Oh, yeah, all in favor. Thank you.
Aye.
All in favor, and minutes are approved. Okay. I guess all that's left to do is to adjourn. Does anybody else have any other questions or comments?
I have a
Before we sign
comment.
off? Yep.
This is for Joel. And Joel, you there?
He's muted.
Yeah, he is muted. Joel,
I'm here. I can hear you.
if you're listening just for informational purposes, Sydney says it's not working.
All right, good to know.
It's good that we have that on the record.
Yes.
Sydney is in the public record.
Yes. Wow.
Okay. Do a motion. Yeah, Karen.
Laura Gail, when the board gets results from the lawyer, are you going to email that to us, or do we need to pick it up at the village hall?
I think that's good for you guys to discuss before you adjourn. Jonathan is the one communicating with them. So, and I can be copied on that, Jonathan, but you need to tell me how to proceed.
Yeah, when we have something, I would like to distribute it just so people are aware.
So
And-
I'll distribute it to the board, the memo.
Okay, yeah, I can, I think Victor, I think you'll be copied, excuse me, you'll be copied on the note from Victoria or whoever, and then, we can confer on that and distribute to the board. I think, there's always this issue of we can't really have any chatter about it because we're not in a meeting. You can, between each other individually if you'd like, but not together on that group email.
However, Jonathan, you can tell me if there's something you want me to communicate to the applicant. I don't think it's appropriate to give privileged memos to the applicant from the attorney directly necessarily, but if you want me to have some form of communication to ask him to do something or respond to something or whatever, you can tell me.
Yeah, let's see what comes through. But I think that's right.
One more point. Yep. Alex mentioned a demolition permit. Is that on record? Is that in a file on 80 Montgomery Street?
It should be somewhere. I haven't seen it.
Okay, because he referenced that when he mentioned about the foundation not removing. And I think that's key for our lawyer too, to know, to make sure she has that.
Yeah, just from the conversations that I've had, they seem to know the property fairly well.
Okay, good. Okay, that's it.
Right. Okay, so more on all of that later, hopefully soon. And for the time being, I think all we need to do is adjourn. Motion to adjourn?
I motion.
Just one quick question about next.
No. Do you have a question, Ethan?
Yeah, we can adjourn now. Let's complete.
Okay,
we can adjourn. It's just about next week.
Okay, second.
Or either one, I don't care.
Did I already motion? Second.
Laura, I think Mark moved, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I vote for it.
I recorded it as Mark made motion and Karen seconded, although he and Ethan were racing on Zoom with their hands.
It's like Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Better.
I find this very confusing.
You need to
And
take a vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned. Ethan, what's your question?
I just wanted to just see about next month's meeting, if you anticipate that being remote. I think if we're in person, I will not be able to join because I'll still be here.
Aren't we going to be like this forever?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Probably at least for this application,
Oh, yeah.
before we take our usual, 10-month vacation.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, I hope I can join, but I also hope that maybe we wouldn't be remote. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't see things changing at all for a while. So,
Not for a while.
On the
No.
next month, anyway.
oh, couple, at least 2 or 3, 4.
Yep.
But it's good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see all of you. How is Tivoli? I miss it.
Still here.
It's cold.
It looks beautiful, though. I mean,
It is pretty.
we're not
Yeah,
getting too many of these
tomorrow morning is
snowstorms.
going to be a nice coating.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. All right. Well, safe travels, Ethan, and
Yes.
we'll
Thank
see you in one form or another.
Sounds good.
And as we will, Karen and Mark and Laura Gale too. So everybody have a good night.
Yeah. Thank
Joel,
you,
thank you.
Jonathan.
Bob, if you're out there, sweet dreams, and we'll see you.
Earth
Talk to
to
you
Bob.
soon.